everyone, it's Wanda with the Armchair Cat Advocate. It's been a while since I've talked to you all, and I wanted to just give an update on Biscuit and River, and also on Sally and Cricket. I'm also going to just put all of that on the community tab post so that you can actually read the update that Kayla sent me in text messages, because it's a lot and I want to make sure that I don't misspeak for her. So I'm just going to give like an overview right now, and then you can just go look in the community tab post and see everything. But first of all, I do want to thank everyone who's donated so far to the GoFundMe. I do appreciate that. We've had a couple of issues with the GoFundMe in the beginning with someone who decided it would be fun to try to sabotage the GoFundMe and prevent us from helping cats, which I can assure everyone that we are being completely transparent. We are getting the cats the help that they need. This is not a scam, a grift, or anything like that. These cats genuinely need help, and really the only way that we can do that is with GoFundMes and fundraising at this point. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on. And I also have something that I want to bring to the community. Actually, two things that I want to bring to the community that are in the works right now. I'm not going to speak in detail because they're not actually happening at this point, but they're in play. So first of all, I have my notes here, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. So first of all, River, his upper respiratory infection has been cleared, but he still has some intestinal parasites, and he's doing really well. So for a kitten, that Abby said when she picked him up, he just went boop in her hand and was very lifeless. He's now doing really well, and he's getting back into being a healthy kitten, and hopefully he will be on his way to finding a forever home. I'm not sure if he was tested yet for FIV and feline leukemia. I'm not sure. Kayla might have had that in the detail. She sent me a really long text and gave me a pretty good update today. So, and I do want to, like, as a side note, I do want to apologize to some of you that have emailed, and I told you that I would try to get Kayla to respond with questions that you have about some cat behavioral issues. She's just been really, with her daughter, she's been doing a lot with her daughter. Her daughter, of course, has some health issues, and they've been making the rounds at the doctors, and Kayla has also been very stressed right now. So I do apologize for not getting back to everyone sooner. It's just, life intervenes, and there's not much you can do about that. So let's move on to Biscuit. So Biscuit is the cat that was found by someone, handed off to Abby, and then Kayla was nice enough to try to help Abby with the med part of caring for Biscuit. So Biscuit at this point has tested negative for FIV and feline leukemia. He's now negative for parasites. The main concern is his leg, which he had some kind of a wound on his leg. I think they were thinking it was a bite wound, but he's scheduled next month for an x-ray, an exploratory surgery, and neuter, and the estimate of that is $700 to $1,000. So this cat's gonna need some really expensive vet care. The other issue is that right now Kayla doesn't have the capacity to do fecal samples herself like she did when she was with the rescue. And for those of you who don't know, or you're newer to the channel, we had issues with another content creator and her subscribers. Her very how should we say this? They were really out there. I'm kind of tired right now. I'm just got back about an hour or so ago, and from going out with a friend, and then some other things were going on outside, and I just got back in. But we have, I think radical's a good word for it. They have radical militant subscribers that believe everything that they're told, even though proof is shown otherwise. And because of that, there was extreme harassment, there was bullying, and ultimately there was in real life contact. So we had actually basically a stalking situation going on. And this individual thought that they had a right to contact the rescue that we were working with and spew a bunch of lies and nonsense and fake concern about a cat that I had named Jack. And Jack is, there's a whole bunch of videos about Jack. You can follow Jack's story. Jack is doing really well, by the way. Jack, who has a chronic upper respiratory infection, is now living with Kayla. She's managing his infection, and he is now in remission and has been in remission for several weeks now, and he's doing really well. So Maleficent just dropped a spring at my feet. No, we're not playing Springies right now, Maleficente. We're not playing Springies. Can you hear her? Maleficent. I'm trying to do a video here. I know. Do you want to see everybody? Okay, hang on. So here's little Maleficent. Hey, Maleficent. Here's my baby. Here's my girl. Here's my girl. She says, I like springs, Mama. Yes, I know you do. Okay. So anyway, this thing got way out of control with this other content creator to the point where there was stalking, and other subscribers of that content creator were encouraged to come over here, harass the channel, harass my subscribers, harass my mods, and somebody left a whole bunch of really nasty comments about Jack. Kayla tried to very tactfully and professionally explain the situation to this person. They didn't want to hear it. All they wanted to do was cause problems. And then they batted the ball back to the other radical, and that individual ended up contacting the rescue, causing problems. And long story short, Kayla, who was already going to resign because her daughter is sick, ended up resigning even sooner because of all the harassment. And so, I mean, basically all this person did was cause a lot of problems, and really they hurt the cats. So this person who likes to say how much they love cats and how much they support content creators that love cats, no, actions speak otherwise. I mean, you basically, let me just put it this way, the rescue that I was working with, or that was helping me get these cats placed, they were getting free publicity on this channel, and I was going to give them all the proceeds from memberships when I started memberships up. So, you know, they lost out big time. And, you know, also Kayla left early, and so there's nobody trained right now to do med stuff for that rescue. So, you know, cats are collateral damage, I guess, for that person. So anyway, one of the things that is happening since Kayla no longer has access to any the microscope, fecal sample, or the slides or anything like that to be able to do fecal samples. She and Abby are now paying a vet for those, which are like $60 a pop, and it gets really expensive really fast. So one of the things that I asked Kayla to do is to put together an Amazon wish list of things that she needs. So she did do that. I have it. I'm going to put that on the community post too. I was just kind of waiting until I could do this video to put that out there so I can explain to everyone exactly what's happening. So this is like kind of separate from the GoFundMe. The GoFundMe's for Biscuit's care, and this would be getting medical supplies for her to start up so that she can help the community, and not just me and my colony cats, but also other colony managers and their cats, and also finding friendly strays like the ones that Abby found so that she can work with that. And we're kind of like looking at it as this would be part of what the coalition would be doing, the coalition that I'm currently setting up. And I actually had a discussion today with the director of the food pantry where I go every month, and she's on board. Also, the organization where I'm on board, on the board, they also are interested in doing something with a pet food pantry, and so that's moving along. We do have like a working name. I think Kayla came up with it. She has it on there. I just, I think we're going to change the name of the coalition, but in the meantime, I think it's Meowing Misfits. I think she named it. So anyway, that's just kind of like the working name of the coalition right now. So that's going to go up. She desperately needs a microscope, and she desperately needs the slides to do fecal samples. That's like the big thing. Now, she does have enough money in the GoFundMe to buy a microscope. So just to let everyone know, that may be what they use some of the money for, because Biscuit, Biscuit is negative for parasites, but they still need that for other things. So I mean, again, I have all this in the text messages, and I'm just going to put it verbatim up there on the community tab post so everyone knows what exactly is happening, because I'm just trying to give you an overview right now of what's going on with the GoFundMe and this list. So I guess that's pretty much all. Let's see. Cricket is doing really well, and Sally is going to hopefully get tested again next week to see if she's still FELV positive, because sometimes that does change. Either it was a false positive in the first place, or I think sometimes they can actually kick that out of their system. Don't quote me on that. I'm trying to remember. I did actually see I think I do have it on the community tab post, but I could like post it again. There's some really great seminars from Maddie's fund about feline leukemia, and it's I can't think of the woman's name. Levy, I think it's Julie Levy. Dr. Julie Levy is the vet that presents, and because she's done a lot of research into feline leukemia. It's really interesting. So maybe we'll actually do a live stream about that at some point. So anyway, there's that. She said Sally's really like the funniest cat that she's had, and Sally is a hoot. I hope I hope that she comes up negative. And then let's see, Cricket is doing really well, but Cricket's still a bit shy around people, doesn't really, I think he might have been abused. So Akela said if he can't like get his nerve up to be around people to do meet and greets, she'll just keep him with her crew. So Cricket's going to have a place to land no matter what. Everybody's being taken care of. I want to like reassure everyone, because as I said before, there was somebody out there making disparaging comments about myself, about my team, about the channel, about our mission here. It's sad that people have to stoop to that level, but it is what it is, and you just try to ignore it and go forward, which is what we're doing. So that's pretty much my update. And then, like, one more thing before I go, I am in the process of, so I know I said, it's just like, it comes back to this, never say never, right? Never say never. And I after that fiasco with the rescue and the crazy stalker psychopath, I really didn't want to work with a rescue again, but never say never. I've actually met someone locally who is in the process of starting a nonprofit. And I'm not going to say, obviously, I'm not going to give names. I'm not going to give any details because, we don't want Psycho Stalker to cause more problems. So, we're just going to let it go. We're going to be very vague about everything. But suffice it to say that I've met someone locally. They've actually already have their paperwork in for their 501c3, so they're on their way. I can vouch for them. They are, good, honest people, hearts in the right place, not interested in drama, actually interested in helping cats, not interested in bad-mouthing other rescues. They just want to help the cats. So I've talked to them, and they are in the process of setting up an account for their nonprofit. If we can figure this out, what I want to do is I want to do for them what I wanted to do for the other rescue, which is I want to start up memberships, and any proceeds from the memberships, because I really don't want to do AdSense. It's just like, well, first of all, I've dropped in my hours, so I'm not even eligible for AdSense at this point. I'd have to get back up to get the AdSense again, to qualify for AdSense again, which, again, I don't care about that because, but I had a lot of breaks in filming, and I took an extended break from live streaming because of all the harassment. So, I'm kind of starting from scratch again for the AdSense. But again, I don't really care. As long as I don't drop below my hours for memberships, I don't really care about AdSense. So anyway, what I'm planning on doing is getting this person, see if I can tap into their account somehow and directly deposit all the proceeds from this channel to their nonprofit. I may have to make them a manager to do that. I'm not sure. I'm looking into it. So that's pretty much all the updates right now. And again, the GoFundMe is still up and running. If you want to donate, that's cool. If you can't donate, that's fine too. I understand. But if you could just share it out, that would really help us a lot. Just sharing it out in your social media and just saying, hey, we're trying to help this cat, $5. That's fine. If all somebody can give is $5, that's cool. If you can't give anything, that's cool too. Just encourage people to share it out. So that's pretty much all that I have for everyone. That's the update right now. And I will try to do some videos outside. I did a short one tonight, but there's just been, between the weather, we're having we'll have to go into this in a live stream, but we're having some issues with strange people like that don't belong on our property coming on our property, and it's a little bit scary. So I'm kind of not really wanting to go outside more than I have to right now until the landlord gets that straightened out, because we're not sure what they're doing out there. We don't know if they're just hanging out. We don't know if they're doing something a little more nefarious. We have no idea. And then if that isn't happening, then we have the never-ending house party across the street blasting music. So really, I can't film because copyright. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at with filming outside. But did get a little short video tonight for everyone. I think you'll like it. New cat. Well, not a new cat. Kind of a side character cat that is coming around a little more frequently now. So we'll see what happens. Okay, everyone, I'm going to end it there. I think that's all that I wanted to run by everyone. I just wanted you to know that I do appreciate everyone that's given to the GoFundMe. I do want you to know that it is going to Abby at this point. She's going to be using the money for Biscuit in some capacity. And everybody else, you know, you'll get updates in the community tab. I mean, really full explanation updates, not just the brief little snippet that I just gave. And that's pretty much all that I have. So I want to thank everyone for watching. Thanks everyone that subscribed. Thank you to, and welcome to all the new subscribers. Hi, I'm Wanda. I'm the mistress of chaos here. So, you know, if you can like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share things out. That's all cool. That's all great. That helps a lot. And I guess I will see you all in the next one. So until next time, bye for meow.